551 miles.
Now I've got 559 on the route I'm taking. Goes a bit south.
Oh, okay. Three, two, 1, 0. Oh, and good afternoon. We're back with some more flying yet again. This time continuing our weekly trip around the world as we're doing here. Not that we take a trip around the world each week, because that would just take all week. But continuing our journey around the world, and got this time going from where we got to last Sunday, which is here in Karachi. We're going to be heading 500-ish miles to Jaipur on our way to... I've forgotten the name of the place now. The one next to Nepal. Anyway, we're going there. We'll find out when we talk to this man over here. Joining me on this adventure is the man to my left is Chris Brown. Good afternoon, Chris.
Good afternoon, sir.
What plane are you in, Chris, firstly?
I'm in the Rockwell Turbo Commander.
Ooh. Which I still think looks ugly, but I'm going to end up buying it one day. I know that.
Oh, yes, it's ugly as sin, but it's pretty fast.
Well, that's important. I'm in a Fokker F50, by the way. Round to the side of Chris, hidden over the back there, is Roxy. Good afternoon, Roxy.
Good afternoon, Steve.
And what plane are you in, sir?
Well, I've got a bunch of planes that I've never taken out, so I thought I would take out the little Cirrus Vision SF50.
Is that going to keep up with
nice.
these?
Well,
Should
yes,
do.
it should do, yeah.
Oh, happy days. So yeah, after Jaipur, then it's on our way to. Is it Kathmandu?
It is indeed Kathmandu.
Yes. So Kathmandu will be next Sunday. So then the Sunday after is going to be the trip into Nepal. Not into Nepal, into Lukla. Sorry. Yeah, which is
Indeed.
Nepal. So that's going to be interesting for sure. But for now, let's get this thing ready to be pushed back. I've got ground power turned on, so I need to disconnect that. I need to close that front left door, which has just happened. I will get my pushback started.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
And push ourselves back, and then we're ready to start engines. I've got a warning light on down there. That's the door into the passenger compartment. And the tug's broken. Why is it on certain planes with better pushback that the tug breaks? That's really odd. It was absolutely fine last night. But certain aircraft, the tug is broken. Unless it's because it's a small aircraft. Maybe it's a different model of tug to go under the nose of this thing. Yes, it's a slightly broken tug. Right, we'll wait for him to check everything and let me know it's all done.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Okie dokie. He's connecting under now, which you can sort of see what's going on, but you can't see the bit that actually then clamps the wheel in place because the texture's broken.
We got that winching strap and adapter hooked up. Go ahead and let go of the parking brake when you're ready for a push.
Okay, let go of the parking brake when I'm ready for a push. Now I've got to find the parking brake. There it is. I think that's the parking brake. It says parking brake on it, so that'll be a clue.
Subtle hint.
Yeah. Thank you for the host, Pineapple. Although he's still not pushing me. Okay. He said set. He said set parking brake. Did he not release parking brake? I'll give you a kick, says Pineapple. Thank you, Pineapple. He did say set parking brake. Am I just confused? Am I really confused now by the better pushback? He's still sat there doing something. Look, parking brake was on. I should be releasing the parking brake so he can give me a push.
You would think.
Okay, now he's pulling me forwards. I don't know what's going on.
He
Here
might
comes
be
the
drunk.
pushback. Light him up.
Oh, here comes
It
the
is
pushback.
Sunday.
Light him up. Okay, no, he's... it's I honestly don't know.
Ooh, dear.
Who's driving it? Pineapple?
Is Pineapple my tug captain? Let me let me start the engines while he's sorting himself out.
It's all gone wrong already.
Did you hear how bad that sounded, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
What the hell? My plane's leaping around the place now.
Whoa. Tail strike and you haven't left the ramp yet.
That is really, really odd. Whether it'll sort himself out. Hijacked. Yeah, something. Okay, let's start the other engine. I don't know if I can cancel the better pushback. Is this Monty Python's version of X-Plane? Okay, well I'm moving back towards where I want to be moved to. Afternoon, Johnny.
You're just attached with a bungee by the looks of it.
Poor passengers. Right, well that's happening.
Quit blinding me with your taxi light.
He moans about being
Turn it
blinded
on.
by my taxi light, but doesn't care about anything else going on. Right, fasten seatbelt sign I think needs to go on.
Yeah, it should have been on already, I think.
Yeah.
There are people in the luggage racks.
That is really, really odd. I don't now know where it's actually taking me. I don't know if I can cancel better pushback. Tug cab view. God. Okay, no, I don't want to be watching that. Okay, stop the pushback. It doesn't appear to be doing. Just reverse thrust it. Well, I've got to disconnect myself now, which it seems to be slowing down.
I'm just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
The little guy in there bopping up and down.
Yeah, right. Set the parking brake. Okay, he's just going to leave me there.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Let's just bring the volume down a little bit. There we go. Right, he's just connecting the tow. Okay, well, I'll give him a thumbs up, but you know. Why is one prop spinning faster than another?
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
have a safe flight. Well, it wasn't very safe. It wasn't a very safe taxi.
No, the bar was set low.
Okay. Right, let's taxi ourselves around then. Right, Roxy's already down there. You got a different runway than Roxy.
Yeah, I've got 7. Which one have I got?
Please say left.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 left.
Phew.
Oh, thank
So we got 25 left. Right, Captain Heber is here in his 747. That was the most bizarre pushback. It was a bit strange as pushbacks go. No, okay, turn left at this one. So yes, from Jets last night. Well, Jets, and then ended up in the Epic last night. To a bit of prop action today. So make our way down. The departure will be a lot easier to Innsbruck. Well, yeah. Yeah, my departure from Innsbruck last night wasn't great. Right, I only got one alarm on. That's to say I've got the cockpit door open, which is fine. So I haven't put the props all the way forward yet. They're still back, so I'll do that when I get down and ready to take off. Oh, yeah, Sam, it is an awesome plane. Really, really well detailed. It's really old and worn. Doesn't like being pushed back, though, as we just found out. But yeah, does look really nice. Didn't put taxi lights on. No one will know I'm taxiing. Alright, so there's Chris. So we'll come in behind. Put the alarm clock on to remember to know the time. Right.
$40,000 tokens.
Oh,
Yes.
crap. No, that's not good. That's the only reason Sam's watching. Right, are you going, Roxy? Oh, Chris is on the move. Alright, keep our way forward then, wait for Chris to depart. Yeah, this will have a clock to start, but, you know, I'd never start in any planes. I don't want to start habits like that now. People expect it. Oh, this thing does sound quite special. Right, so at the hold short bars, brakes on, so taxi lights off, landing lights on, bring the props All the forward flaps are set. Chris is airborne. Let's make our way out. Prepare for impact, passengers. Make sure next of kin is filled out. Yeah, indeed.
Approaching 25 left.
Okay. See 25 on the ground.
On runway 25 left.
Let's go. I think an EGLC to somewhere in northern England, Scotland would be nice. Yeah, that was the original plan for yesterday, was to do a UK flight. And airborne. Okay, gear up. Flaps up. And away we go. So commands on, nav's on, vertical speed's on. So into a turn we go. So Roxy's just about to depart. No idea where Chris has gone. That noise is just pretty cool. So throttle's not all the way forward. So torque's at 65%. Yeah, cheers, Peanut. So 19,000 feet is set as our altitude, currently at 2,300. So here we are in FS Cloud. So there's me, and there's Roxy, and Chris just in front. So I'm hoping I'm going to head up roughly the same way as they are. There's Chris just whipping around in front of me. Captain Heber taking off again. So we're heading from here at Karachi and making our way over to there, to Jaipur. Before then heading on to Kathmandu. So that'll be next week. So Kathmandu and then into Lukla, which is going to be the got to be the Twin Otter into Lukla. Right, so 3,500 feet, speed around 120 knots in the climb. Climbing at 1,300 feet a minute. Oh, they're speeding up now. So Chris and Roxy out there in front of me. A little bit of buffeting. But yeah, just that lovely drone. I've never been on a prop aircraft, but I can imagine that drone is quite therapeutic. Probably quite annoying on a long flight if you're doing a long prop flight.
Possibly soothing.
Yeah. So I've got middle marker. There we go, that's just gone off. So autopilot's on, following our flight plan. So we are 23 miles from INTC. If we're heading in the right direction, that should go down. Sorry, 20 miles from Poonam, and then 53 miles from Dovdo, and then Potup. So yeah,
Altimeter setting.
It's quite reassuring that I am heading in the right direction because Chris and Roxy are in front of me. It's not like I'm flying in completely opposite direction to you two.
Well, it doesn't really say that much, does it?
Well, no, I suppose you two could be heading in the wrong direction.
I'm just following Roxy.
Ah, okay.
He's waiting for us to catch up so he can work out where to go.
Yep.
Yeah, not going to be seeing much of the ground from here. Last night we had a misty approach, well, a treacherous approach into Innsbruck. We couldn't see much. Hello, Liam. Yeah, so climbing slowly, 6,800 feet currently. Speed though, just over 180. Ground speed of 207. As we climb up, so not climbing too quickly. So yeah, one warning light on here, which is saying I've got the door open, and that's because I have. Lara's got to go to the supermarket tomorrow. Hope you survive. I went this morning, Larwood, and it wasn't pleasant. And I got there before it opened as well, and it was just madness. Why don't you go, because you're normally, your body clock's all over the place, Larwood. Why don't you go at like the stupid o'clock in the morning, like 3 in the morning or something? Probably empty. So yeah, I wouldn't mind being sat back here. I don't live in a modern society. It will be closed. I haven't got any 24-hour supermarkets. Blimey. Oh, clouds cleared, or the fog, or whatever it was we were going through is cleared. So that's where we just took off from. Some nice clear skies now. You seem quite low down there, Roxy. What height are you at?
I'm currently at 7,000, slowly coming up. Don't forget I didn't go the round way that you did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm at 9,400 now. Yeah, it was mad supermarket this morning. I normally go at the same time every Sunday. Get there just before it opens, wander around, get my stuff, go for a checkout and get out, and it was wow. And there was just nothing on the shelves. Yet all the supermarkets are saying don't panic buy, it's fine. We got our warehouses are overstocked. The supply chain's in place. You know, stuff will get to the supermarkets. It will get on the shelves. Just buy what you need to buy. Don't go wild. But what does everyone do? Yeah, overstocked. Yeah, Nez had just been to Morrison's and gave up. It's worse than Christmas. Oh, yeah. As I came out at like 10 past 10, there was nowhere to park in the car park.
Wow.
And it was just ridiculous. Cool guy, good afternoon. But yeah, it's mad. So I didn't go for me. I went for my sort of elderly parents to get them supplies and couldn't get what they wanted. So it's... But it's, and the other thing annoys me, is that there's whole families going. So, but you know there's a risk of your children getting an infection by taking them into an area where other people are. You're a two-parent family. Leave the kids at home with one of the parents. one parent goes. I can understand if you're a single parent, you've got to take the kids with you, fine. Or leave them with a friend, leave them with a relative, leave them with a neighbour. But it's just madness. And we're flying to a country. We're flying from Karachi to Jaipur. Yeah, someone got a cough and a runny nose, and now this. Yeah. But yeah, if you've got a sign of a cold, it means you probably haven't got the virus because they're not connected. ETA to landing? I don't know, actually. Hour plus? Well, it says 2 hours, 28 minutes. So by the time we get up into the cruise, a couple of hours maybe?
Yeah, obviously that time's going to come down when we're in the cruise.
Yeah. But yeah, because I'm going slowly at 12,000 feet currently. But yeah, people aren't helping themselves. And we said this before the stream, I still don't get that why in the first sign of an outbreak and the fact that you could possibly spend 2 weeks, 14 days isolated, that people go and buy a year's worth of toilet roll. I still don't get that. And the press don't help any. Yeah, it's scaremongering. Fun fact, there aren't any direct flights between India and Pakistan. Really? So you have
There's 3 today.
Yeah. So you have to go out, you have to go to somewhere else and connect and come back again. That's really odd. Shame that the Canada and that other bit to the west of Canada aren't linked, because that would be really convenient. Right, Captain Heber's up there with us now as well. Yeah, India and Pakistan aren't exactly friends, exactly. So yes, this is where we are. So just left Karachi and making our way to Jaipur, and then next week we'll be going into Kathmandu, and then to Lukla, and then I'm guessing Burma.
Yeah, explore the Southeast Asia a bit.
Yeah, and then down towards Malaysia, down towards Jakarta, before we hop across to Australia. So it'll be across Australia, down to New Zealand, and then back up towards Japan, Russia, and I've got to switch to the other side of the map now. That bit to the left of Canada, before coming back down to the west coast of the USA. So, and it's taken us. We started this pretty much a year ago now in the UK, and then went down to Switzerland, where I picked up the PC-12, I think it was, and then flew that down towards Gibraltar, and then went down to Canary Islands. We ended up coming back down to the Ascension Islands to St Helena. We've done Cape Town, back up through Pretoria, where Chris is, out to Madagascar, up Madagascar, up through the Sudan, to Dubai, and now across to here. So one of the 3 round the world trips we currently got going. The other one we're carrying on with on Wednesday, which sees us in the Caribbean, and heading our way back towards the mainland over the next few weeks. And we started there where Frank is, pretty much, again last March, and we've got as far as here in a year. But that journey is then going to be taking us down the east coast of South America because Chris mentioned just over a year ago that he always wanted to fly to the Falklands, so that's where that journey came out. So it'll be fly down to the Falkland Islands, back up through Patagonia, back up through Peru, Mexico, again up to the west coast of the USA. And the flight we haven't done anything with for a while started with me and Sam in Norfolk, Virginia, and then flew up into Canada, across Canada to that odd bit to the left of Canada, has then flown across into Russia, and we're currently one flight away from getting to Moscow, and then the plan is to come back through northern Scandinavia to Greenland, Iceland, and then get back to Norfolk, Virginia. So basically that'll be a round the world trip. We haven't carried on that for a while. So yes, 3 round the world trips going on, one on the Sunday, one on the Wednesday, and one sometimes on a Saturday. But Wednesdays and Sundays are the definite ones. Right, so 19,000 feet is just about where I am now. So seatbelt sign can go, no, that's not that one. Seatbelt sign can go off. Landing lights I should have turned off. So our speed should now pick up. Should these be all the way? I think I should bring these back now in flight to there. Moscow. Yeah, Moscow. It's a cow covered in moss. Right, there we go. So speed is coming up. It's passing through 140. There's a level flight now. Yeah, ETA is dropping, hour and 56 minutes. But that'll continue to drop as the speed builds. Hopefully we should settle into the cruise at somewhere north of 200 knots. Checklist Charlie. That's me. This is one of the handful of planes that I can actually get off the ground and program the FMC now by memory. I think if I do the tow list a couple more times, I'll get that off pat. Because that would be nice to do.
Captain Heber is tagging along. He may pop into the stream in a moment.
Oh, okay. How are you communicating with him then?
Private chat on FS Cloud.
Oh, okay. Didn't realise that was a thing.
Me either, until I got a message from Captain Heber.
There you go. Someone's seen us do a flight and is going to be tagging along. That's quite cool. Where are we? There we go. So yes, so there's Captain Heber, Chris, Roxy, and me. T-shirt idea maybe. What? Checklist Charlie. I do seriously want to do something for the Flight Sim show. So I've been talking about mugs. I think I'd like to do a mug with the Simpson Stuff logo on, but I do think some kind of hoodie or a T-shirt with Noodly Boo and then the Canadian flag would just be, it'd be one of those inside jokes that you're wearing it in public, people look at it and go, what the hell? But one day there'll be someone that has seen the channel, seen the content and would actually get it, and that's always been one of those moments that I'd love that. I'd love someone to walk up to me, as happened at the Flight Sim show with Sam and Tux wearing the Canada tops. A guy in the queue approached them and asked if they were me because he knew that someone would be there in Canada tops. So yeah, something like that. But yeah, I will look at it. You know, not something I want to do to make money from, but I just think it'd be awesome to have something out there. There will be plenty of mugs at the Flight Sim show. Yes, indeed. If we all turn up anyway. Well, if we're not still quarantined by then. That's October, so that'll be fine, I think. Right, so there we go. So about 200 knots now, airspeed. Ground speed's 313. Flight time's now down to an hour and 34 minutes. But I was reading on Twitter earlier on, obviously not that I'm a footballist, but saying obviously a lot of football matches cancelled, saying look, why don't football teams just have their players play themselves in FIFA 20 just to give us something to watch. And another tweet was, come on esports fans, now's your time to shine. So it could be that over the coming weeks, if things do escalate, that I may just stream more to give people something to watch and something to interact with.
So this is the first time I've had this plane up in the flight levels, and I have to say I'm quite impressed. Got the throttle set to the recommended cruise, and I've got 175 indicated and 360 ground.
That's the point. I forgot to press my cruise button. I've now just selected cruise. Because yeah, when you mentioned that, you said I thought yeah, I know something. Because you've got climb, take off, go around, flex, and MCT. I forgot what MCT is.
McT laddie.
So yes, I'm now in cruise. There's Captain Heber. There's Roxy. Chris has got a bit of a lead on us now out in front.
I do have a feeling I'm probably going to be taking a slightly longer route.
Yeah, you said your journey was a bit. I got 551 miles. Yours was slightly longer, wasn't it?
Indeed, not that much, but just a bit.
But yeah, definitely liking this thing. Every time I fly a plane I haven't flown in a while, I just remember how good they are and the reasons that I bought them, and that this thing is pretty cool. Does that make the wings fall off? Hope not. Fresh air vent there. What is that? I just flicked it. Old floor vent, open and close. And alternate brake handle. Side panel lights we can have on. That's quite nice. Can't remember where the actual lighting is for the overheads and stuff. We got a light. Except the 767. Well, yes, I did try it yesterday, but I couldn't work out the FMC. So that's one of those where I think having someone around me to go through it. Let's set the air conditioning at 20 degrees. A couple of times of doing it, I couldn't fly the Zebo at first. I couldn't fly, the 732 I had to learn myself because no one else had it. But that was really simple. I think I'm the only one that's got this as well, I think. So I had to learn this myself. Oh, got a dome light. I hear the sound of the switches. This is really nice. Darts Group. Thank you very much, Paul. You're on a 9-month streak. Subscribe for 10 months. That's awesome. Thank you very, very much. Oh, see that lighting. I don't think I've flown this at night, but that looks really, even during the daytime, that looks really nice. I'm about to close that door now because that's... Well, the last time I did it, I opened the outside door. So I don't really want to do that. Where is it? Someone's nicked my door. Yeah, doing good, thanks, Paul. Once I can work out where the door... Okay, there's the jump seat. There's a step. Where is the door? Where is door? Door is gone. Sam says, if only when purchasing these aircraft, you got the relevant documents and checklists. I know, it's pretty bad planning that all the aircraft I've got, I just don't get checklists with. I can't work out how you open this and close this door. The door is actually vanished. That was a thing. I'm afraid of touching stuff now in case I just open the outside door. Tell you what, we'll leave the door open. We'll leave the toilet door. I don't have to open the toilet door. Oh, hang on. What the actual... Hang on, I've got to go and... I've just been severely impressed. I'll walk there slowly. So... You can raise and lower the armrests on the seats in the back. Oh, it's almost going to be excited then if you could open the overhead bins. Got the attendant light, and you can turn on the lights in the back as well, and you can adjust the nozzles for the fresh air. Oh, that's awesome! Now that's detail. You can adjust where your fresh air goes, and you can call the attendant. Oh, I like that. But yeah, I can't close the cockpit door, so security is a bit hindered. I'll just flick the switch from out here. That can't be a good thing. Press shift and it'll lock your walking speed. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, make sure I put the flaps up. What's that above the door? What, the exit sign? Where it says open. Cockpit side. Really? You've got the exit. Cabin lighting, I can I can turn the lights on. Door control, yeah, I shouldn't really open and close that. This is not the cockpit side. I thought, okay, oh God. What, the air vents? That's just an air vent. Open and closed air vents, which don't work. How are we doing on the flight plan? So 37 miles from Pot Up. then 54, then 177, then 110, and then we start descending. So we got to go down then to 62, 3,800 at 62 miles. So I should really, if I got to be, so after Ukbab, I got to start descending. But yeah, it's quite nice when you find little bits of, what's that? Little bits of detail. I'm such a child. Oh, that's for the steering. I'm going to plug my headphones in. What if it's got a headphone thing? That's the... Because a couple of them, when you plug your headphones in, it goes quiet. Is this going to be down here somewhere? Move the armrest out of the way. Even that's quite smart. Where do I plug myself in? I've got no legs, I've got no body. Right, Roxy's still in front.
I don't know how, because all this time I've been thinking, like, why aren't I going as fast as what I thought this plane could go? It turns out that I still had my flaps down.
Oh dear.
Now I'm starting to pick speed up again.
Oh, what's his face that was with us is now gone. We're all roughly evenly spaced out.
Indeed.
Considering Roxy took off after me. But I did go a slightly longer way round on the departure. And yeah, holding out just under 200 knots in the cruise. I've got a ground speed of 310. I've got a 39 knot tailwind though, so I thought it might have been a bit quicker than this.
Yeah, up here with the stars, got a 90 odd knots tailwind.
Blimey. Well, I said the flight plan set me at 19,000 for this, so I don't want to push going too high. It's fine.
I'm going up to 28,000.
That's just madness.
Which would have been there about half an hour ago. I didn't realise I had my flaps still
Well,
down.
I did check that a few minutes ago going, oh, did I put the flaps up? Yeah, I did. Because, you know, you got to check these things.
You'd think they'd put a flap indicator on the right-hand screen or something, yeah.
And you'd think it'd be part of some sort of checklist once you've taken off.
That's quite a radical idea there, Steve.
I know.
Yes.
Some sort of, you know, hang on, this actually got, I'm just looking now. There isn't actually, in some planes you get like a paper checklist thing somewhere. There isn't actually one in here. Did you turn the engines on? Yes, the engines are on. Can you look, you can see the spinny things going round. We're all good. It's slightly annoying me that I can't close the door, but I'm really scared about moving this handle. So I'm sure last time I actually opened, that is the door, isn't it? No, because it's not got the handle on the outside. What's that? So there's a flashlight, an axe, a fire extinguisher, and an oxygen mask in there.
Oxygen mask is for when you open the door at 14,000 feet or whatever.
That's for the observer. XLR connectors. I can plug myself into there. Escape rope is there. It's be a bloody long rope. How'd you get 19,000 feet of rope in that little cubby? Afternoon sim hub. Is it just tucked in all the way down the side of the plane? The plane's covered in rope. There's enough rope to get you to the ground. You get rope burns if you try and slide down it.
Gloves, Steve. Gloves.
Ah, yeah, good point. Oh, do they supply gloves? It doesn't think about gloves and rope. It just says escape rope, pull. Oh, it's a bungee rope. Oh, cool. Bungee from the plane.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Just bungee out the back. Bungee!
Well, that's actually good for Roxy and myself. We then only need 14. Well, we actually need what? 8 plus 9,000 feet of rope, and we can jump into your plane and then use your rope for the rest.
Okay. So, okay. So negotiating into the plane with these spinning things at the front could prove to be difficult.
Now, look, I didn't say it was going to be easy.
Let Roxy go first.
Yeah, show us how it's done.
Roxy, watch out for the spit. Oh. Did he fill out an extra king card? Is it cut proof?
Deadpool 2 all over again.
Yeah. You have to have a electronic version of the next king card. Just sign here. We'll email it. Just in case anything happens to it. We don't care about you. We just care about the next of king card. See, but bungeeing from the... I've got thinking now. Bungeeing from the back of a plane, and then when your bungee's over, rather than it pull you back up again, you just let go and release a parachute. 2 bits of extreme sports in one.
There we go.
A bungee shoot. Oh, that could be my. I see it. I'm done now. That's my money making idea. I'm off to do that. Right. So where are we flying over now? Bring that in. Oh God, I'm turning. There's some turning. I meant to turn. Yes, I am.
Yep.
All of a sudden, the plane just leans to the right. Uh-oh. But yes, so there we go. So that's the flight plan. So 177 mile sector now, and then another sharp turn for 110 miles before we make our way in. So that's where we are in the world. Left Karachi on our way to Jaipur, and then say next week will then be Jaipur to Kathmandu, which is going to be great. That's imagine distance-wise probably similar to this then.
A little bit longer, but the plane choice I think will be dictated by the airport at Kathmandu. We don't really want to go into Kathmandu in little planes like, because that would be too easy, wouldn't it?
So we're talking jets then. Ooh, DC-8 I'm thinking.
Ooh, that might be a little bit too much of an ask. I'm thinking more 737 size here.
737-200 then.
There we go. Now there's an idea.
Yeah. And then Kathmandu to Lukla is definitely going to have to be I've forgotten.
Twatter.
Yes, Twin Otter. That's going to be the thing the week after, so looking forward to that. And then the week after that, obviously leaving Lukla and then continuing our way down. Oh, we've got to go. What's that? VYYY. We've got to go there.
VY.
Yangon International. Yes, all this world still to explore. Oh, Roxy's gone now. Oh God, yeah, he's found his speed.
Yeah, currently got a ground speed of 372.
Flipping heck, I got 309.
I'll back off a little bit.
Even with a 39 knot tailwind. Yeah, because I'm in the cruise. I'm only doing just under 200 knots. I don't think she can go any faster, Captain. What's flex?
Yeah, I was doing 140 and I was like, this isn't right, what's going on here? And I was trying to find a little dial for the flaps, and the angle that I was sat at looking, it looked like the flaps lever was on 0%, but it was on 50%.
Right, I'll push the flex button. It got louder.
Yeah, flex is for takeoff, really.
Yeah, speed isn't increasing.
Yeah, you're going to struggle with takeoff prop speed. In that kind of altitude, you really need the props to be pulled back a bit.
That's fine. Go back into the cruise then. I like that though. Just be able to select which one you want.
This plane has horsepower limiters. So if you try and overtalk the engines, it'll actually prevent you from doing it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that is a damn... I'll show you everybody the picture of it Chris posted for the stream. It's a damn ugly plane. But it is one that I have looked at. And I think at some point I'm going to end up with it. That's the plane that Chris is in. Is the Turbo Commander. It just looks odd. It just seems too low. It looks like you got to sort of step down into it rather than it be...
It's a sports turboprop or something.
Yeah, low slung. You can't get in or out well. Yeah, another great plane. Yeah, indeed. There's so many of them. That's the problem.
But did you see the picture of the interior?
Oh no. Oh blimey.
Looks very posh.
Yeah, it's very
Indeed. And the little tables fold out and the lights go on. And it's lovely.
That does look very nice. Yeah, there's so many planes that I haven't flown or haven't flown a lot. That a few of them get a workout. What's Wednesday's flight? Because I haven't done the Tobago yet. Is that this week?
No, that'll be in a couple of weeks' time, I think. So this next week will be that kind of speed plane. I'm just personally saving the Trinidad or the Tobago until we visit those islands.
Yeah, so I don't know what. I might do the Archer or something this week. I haven't used that for a while.
Indeed. I'm seriously thinking of either taking that Vans RB10 or perhaps the Beechcraft Sundowner.
Yes, if you're watching, looks like the private jet from an 80s TV show. Yeah, it does, Larwood. It's got that sort of seedy seedy private jet. Everyone walking around in flared trousers and aviator sunglasses.
Big aviator sunglasses.
Yes, if you're watching this and you're fancied joining us for any of these flights, Chris does post about a week before the flight where we're going to be flying from and to, what time it is, and what sort of plane. So in the flight plans section on the Discord server. So anyone's more than welcome to tag along. So it's FS Cloud is the bit that we use to tie us all together, which is free. It's cross-platform, so if you've got FSX, X-Plane or P3D, is all you need is FS Cloud, and then be at the start airport at the start of the stream, and you can tag along with us. So fly on a Sunday afternoon and a Wednesday evening, and then occasionally, as we did last night, on a Saturday as well. Have you ever thought of a flight from London to Australia over a few videos? I have thought of doing something like that. Over Easter, I'm going to be doing the flight that flies out of London City. We did the first bit, but I want to do it again. It flies from London City in a little Airbus A319 and goes to JFK. So it flies London City to Shannon, refuels in Shannon because it can't get out of London City with enough fuel to complete the whole journey, and then does Shannon to JFK. So that's going to be one for over Easter. And this sort of thing we're doing here is sort of that London to Australia, because we're going around the world by flying in and out of interesting airports, changing planes, different route lengths, But so far it's taken us a year, and I reckon we've got I don't know, I reckon it'd be towards the end of this year before we get to the other side of Australia, maybe, or New Zealand, based on we're only doing one flight of a couple of hours on a Sunday, and because the flying's in real time, it does take a while. But yeah, we've talked. Go on.
Sorry, no, go for it.
We have talked a few times about doing like a relay race around the world, and I think if everyone ends up on lockdown in the next month or so, that's something we may have to just do over like a 2-day period. Do a relay race using FS Cloud and get from London around the world and back to London. So someone took off from London, flew to Paris, for example, landed in Paris. The person from Paris couldn't take off until the person from London arrived, stopped next to them, shut down, then they could start up and go, and they would fly to, I don't know, say Frankfurt, and someone would do the next in Frankfurt, go to Moscow, someone would go Moscow to wherever, and just do like a relay race around the world that may be arranged to try and stream. I don't know how I could do it, but yeah, try and stream bits of it. So it could be that maybe it's not in the distant future, but at some point over a long weekend, if a couple of people came to where I am here, and then we just do it like a 2-day stream and just take it in legs as doing various flights. I think that could be quite interesting. And yes, Sam wouldn't get very far in FS Cloud.
I've got a lovely trip which I really want to try at some point, but it's going to be all huge legs, and that's London to Johannesburg on the old BOAC flying boat route.
Oh, blimey.
Basically London to Marseille to Rome to Sicily to Greece to Egypt, then down the Nile, Lake Victoria, Victoria Falls, and Val Dam near Johannesburg. There's some sort of 6-7 hour legs in that.
Wow.
Trip. And never touching the ground once in the whole trip, all landing on water.
That would be quite cool. We've done a couple of small water. What's the biggest plane available in X-plane that can land on water?
I think it's the Grumman Albatross.
Okay.
Which is fairly big. The real flights were done in short Solents, which were massive planes. But there isn't one, unfortunately.
Yeah, so there's certainly options, but yeah, it's having something that's really well detailed. That's the problem.
I can tell you that Albatross is superb. It's awesome. It's just really, really slow.
That's a really cool idea, says Mick Burt. Or relay race from and to. So you have a team starting up one end and team 2 starting up the other end. Consequently, meet halfway. Well, yeah, we talked about doing we've done a couple of races. Doing something where you have someone start somewhere that's an equal distance from a certain place, and you race to that place to see who can get there first. Sam says, I mean, your DC-8 is relatively large, and that landed on/in the water. Indeed.
Problem is getting it back off again for the next leg.
Yeah.
Slightly trickier.
Yeah, there's lots of things. Again, it's just trying to bring everybody together. We have a few people join us in these group flights. We've had sort of, I think, 9 people is the most we've had in one of the group flights, which is fantastic. Not everyone's available at every time. I get that. And, we try and do times to suit people. Sunday afternoon seems to work for a few people, or a couple of us. Wednesday evenings is sort of good for a few of us. Saturday nights can be interesting. But something over a long weekend, so maybe over Easter, that we could plan it so that, you know, I stream it for, I don't know, 8 hours, say, and then someone else carries on the stream after me for 8 hours, and then someone else streams for 8 hours. So, you know, something like that. But I think doing something in the sort of relay type form, I think, could be quite interesting, because people then, it hasn't got to be in jets. So if someone wanted just to fly from, I don't know, depending on where we started, if someone just wanted to do the London to Paris flight, then that's fine. But that person then could decide where they want to go. So if someone only had FSX and only knew how to fly a 172, if they wanted to fly for an hour in a 172 and be involved, fine. But then the next airport they land at, whoever's carrying on from them would have to make sure that they can get the plane they want to fly out of the airport that the 172 came into. So it's, you know, I think there's something there. I think it could be quite interesting to see how quickly we could get around the world. And you know, a few people in the past have done, you know, flight plans, proposed routes to get us around, and it would take, you know, a couple of days realistically to get around the world. But that's something that I think could work over, you know, the Easter period, or maybe over a weekend, a bank holiday weekend in the summer. And yeah, Sam says they did raise a 747 SP in Airport 77. Well, yes. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of ways of getting people involved, and people that maybe aren't completely au fait with flight or haven't done group flights before, but are interested in dabbling, that think, you know, oh God, I can never jump in a plane like this and fly it, or jets like we were last night. And, you know, Blinky, that's part of our group, that hasn't quite progressed to jets yet, that is comfortable in the little 172. Fine, happy for him to be a part of it. If he just fancies doing a couple of hour flight in a 172, not a problem. If someone wants to do an 8 hour leg in a jet, fine. It's trying to get everybody into this awesomeness that is flight, basically. And the more people we can get involved, the more people we can get having the flight bug, the better for us as a group, but also the better for them. The people that have joined, that haven't really done much flying before, haven't realised how enjoyable it can be, have ended up joining and then being bankrupt because of joining, because it can be expensive.
Well, it keeps you at home, doesn't it? So you get to fly more.
Well, yeah.
Because you can't afford to go out.
You can't afford to go out, yeah. And at the current climb, you know, I'm quite looking forward to the fact that if I've got to work from home, and, you know, touch wood, I don't get ill, but should that be the case and I've got to isolate myself, I'll be doing a lot of flying and a lot of streaming. So yeah, just some ideas. You know, these group flights, if anyone wants to join us on these around the world trips, more than happy to have people tag along. Can I come on my FA-18 Hornet from DCS? DCS isn't compatible with FS Cloud.
Well, here's the thing. We wouldn't actually need FS Cloud. All you would need was the Discord streaming, because you could drag somebody else's stream onto your Twitch stream, and you can obviously see when one person lands and the other person can then take off. The problem with DCS, though, is only got a tiny part of the world.
Yeah. And Tim's put, I'd like to join your group flights. We have a suss out his X-Plane malarkey. Tim, if you're in the Discord, I don't know if you are, all of us are more than happy to help new people work their way around X-Plane, work their way around FS Cloud and Little Nav Map and Active Sky. And if you wanted to look at, you know, what free add-ons are best, what paid add-ons are best, even how to get the best out of the way it looks, message us, put some posts in the flight section on Discord, and we're more than happy to help anybody out. So yeah, in an ideal world, having a way of being able to track what people are doing. So I don't know if there's any other software that would let you track what you're flying. Because someone could say, yeah, I'll fly from here to there, but it's having, not say proof, but it's making sure they do fly from there to there. I need some help with an alternate to FS crash. Yeah, we were saying about that before the stream, Sam. And there we go, Tim, as a link to the Discord. Yeah, Chris did spend a long time on that alternative before, but because no one else was online and had it, he couldn't test to see if it worked. So maybe one evening this week or something, if anyone's around, see if we can get together for an hour and try and work out if we can get an alternate. Is there something else? Is there something else out there other than FS Cloud and whatever else that other was?
Well, you have got the inbuilt multiplayer thing, haven't you? That you just connect the ports up.
Yeah, probably that is everybody has to have exactly the same planes, and they have to be in exactly the same folders with exactly the same liveries. Otherwise, it won't work.
Oh,
indeed, it's a bit of a tricky one.
Oh, yeah, Join FS, that was the one, wasn't it?
Yeah, indeed.
Is there nothing else? There can't just be VATSIM, Join FS, and FS Cloud. Surely.
There is another one. I can't remember the name of it. It's French, and the whole website's in French. I think Tax has used it before with his VA.
Okay. What's a message Tux then? Even if he knows how it works, if he's on to talk us through, once it's set up, we should be fine.
Indeed.
But yeah, FS Cloud, it does have its issues. I like it because you got this little window you can just drag in, and you can see each other in the air and on the ground. Yeah, we get some model mismatching, but most of the time it works okay. A few of us do have issues. It hates SAM, so there are some problems with it, but it's free. We like free, although for the amount we use it, if it was a paid bit of software, I personally wouldn't mind that, but it's trying to find an alternate to that. But yeah, I do like FS Cloud. Okay, so we've got 125 miles to go to our next waypoint. Yep, cheers, SimHub. Pilot Edge is a bit more relaxed than VATSIM, says Sam.
Yeah, Pilot Edge is only also in a small part of the world, which is quite annoying.
Oh, so it hasn't got the whole globe?
No, it's mainly west coast of the USA, but there's some other areas as well they cover. But it's also a paid service, and you fly in the areas where they've got controllers, which is west coast USA and some places in Europe.
Yeah, we're not. Well, I'm not at the standard yet, where I can cope with talking to a human to tell me to do the right thing as far as landing. Because if anyone's watched these before, it's quite a regular occurrence that we'll come in from the opposite ends of the same runway at the same time, which generally is frowned upon. Not sure why. And
I understand it myself.
I don't know, it's just odd. And yes, Tim, yeah, Pilot Edge, as Chris had just said, is USA. So it's trying to find something else that we can use as a multiplayer that works. That Join FS, was supposed to give you proper model matching. So if I'm in a Fokker 50 in the Alliance livery, everyone would see that as being Fokker 50 in the Alliance livery. But only having dabbled in it briefly, just couldn't seem to get it to work. Chris couldn't get it to work. Not only could we not see ourselves on the map, but then trying to go somewhere where there's someone else, you couldn't see them either. If FS Cloud ever came out of beta, or pre-beta, it may be okay. And most of the time, yeah, it does work. But sometimes it just doesn't like talking to other things. Right, so whereabouts are we in the world now? Let's have a quick look. So that's where we are. So we've got another turn coming up soon. So that's the leg we're on. And then turn an 110-mile leg, and there's top of descent at the end of that 110-mile leg. So that's where we should be descending. So keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, I don't believe that top of descent at all. That looks far too short to be descending, especially from 28,000.
You'll see how quick this thing can nosedive.
Unless, of course, we are going to be using the aforementioned bungee cords. Then we'll make it easy.
Yeah. So yeah, if anybody's watching and has got tips, clues, has found some other interesting software, or wants advice on flying and flight sims, etc., then yeah, do please check out Discord. The link will be around soon, thanks to the bot. And for other bits of my content, there is a link to the YouTube channel. I may give FS Cloud another go later, says Sam. Not sure yet. It really is my COVID-19. We were saying this for the stream, Sam, that it does seem it's something in your install or plugin or something that just doesn't like it. And we just don't know what and why. We'll have a look. I might do some research after the stream on what other options there are, and yeah, maybe if some of us around one evening in the week, and can have a look at another option, see if we can get something working.
I'm more than happy to try something out if I'm around.
It does seem the odd thing, Sam. It's only you that has that problem where it crashes X-Plane. So it's something on your install, and it's really, really bizarre. Unless yesterday it said it was global traffic, wasn't it? Or traffic globe, whatever it is, that was giving you the issue. But it's not something that FS Cloud and Traffic Global are both talking to. And when they're both trying to talk to it, that causes a crash. It wouldn't be whether if you've only got Active Sky running, because I'm running FS Cloud, I'm running Traffic Global, I'm running Active Sky, and I'm running Xvision. All the stuff you're running, yeah, it just seems bizarre that it doesn't crash my X-Plane. So it could be something else that you've got installed that it's conflicting with. It is an odd one for sure. Yeah, and there is a link to the Discord server for anyone that's not in it. Most of us are in Discord most of the time. I spend far too much time in there, chatting and talking about planes and things and stuff. Just if you do join, there's a user in there called he's always in a little section called the Bus Weirdo. Just avoid him and you'll be fine. Yeah, maybe a reinstall will end the madness. Yeah, it could be just reinstall everything. I can't remember the last time I did a complete reinstall. I don't think I have with X-Plane. I've moved it. I think a year ago when I buggered up my hard drive. I had to do a reinstall. I get the issue like I did last night after crashing that quits X-Plane. Yeah, it is a shame because when it works, it's actually quite good, and being free, a result. Checked. I did put fuel in this thing, didn't I? Again, something you shouldn't be thinking about when you're over halfway through a flight. Fuel total. There we go. 3.5 ton. Yeah, we're fine. Dory, hello. Yeah, everyone's doing good. ETA to landing. Currently saying 51 minutes. FS Cloud is one of the programs I didn't see on the list of fixes in the latest global traffic version. See, I haven't updated global traffic for a while, so it could be that because I'm on an old version of global traffic, it could be that mine's stable. It may be that because you updated yours, it then went unstable. So if I updated my global traffic, I don't update anything. Planes have an update. No, don't worry about that. I want stuff to update automatically. I don't want to be having to re-download things from websites and reinstall them. That's just too much. And yeah, if you have to pick between the two global traffic wins, well, yeah, you don't do much group flying with this, do you? So, for every couple of weeks, then suffering is fine. But for me, FS Cloud's quite important. I'd rather not have global traffic and have FS Cloud working. If I knew that it was global traffic was the one killing my FS Cloud, I'd just get rid of that. And sometimes the planes on the ground can be a pain in the backside. Speaking of traffic global, unrelated topic, but is there a way you can remove the labels? Yes. Traffic global settings. Label size. We can turn it all the way down. You can turn it all the way up. So I think if you have it on minimum, you can hardly see them. It's not any of your options, Sam, is it? In Traffic Global? Because I thought the used TCAS thing caused an issue before. Because you're all prejudiced towards Jets. No. It'll be Jets next Sunday. It was Jets. Well, it would have been Jets all last night for me.
Yeah, my last flight before this was Jets into Karachi.
So yeah, it's just this sort of lent itself to being a prop flight. I'm joking. Easy now. Check this, Charlie. I like jets. I really enjoy. I do want to learn the 767 more, and I've got a 727. I've only flown the MD-80 once, the same as a DC-8. So I've got loads of jets that I want to fly. I want to do long journeys in. Right, so approaching that turn. Ground speed of 305 knots. Airspeed still hovering around the 200. And here we all are. So Chris is about to get to the turn. And then Roxy, then me.
Yep, 2 minutes to the turn.
And then make our way up here to Jaipur. And as I say, then next week it'll be Kathmandu. So that's going to be jets. So 737-200 for me for that one, I think.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's shame FS Cloud does have issues because it's great, but I'm always amazed at how few amount of people are actually using it. 163 people globally at the moment. And I don't think I've ever seen that more than 200 in the world using a free bit of software to do multiplayer. Oh, I see a Roxy. So either he's slowing down or I've speeded up.
I did
Probably
slow
not his flat lever.
And Sam had hair before he started using FS Cloud. Didn't realise it was that old, Sam. 15 years old, something like that. Yeah, my speed's been holding steady, about 200. So yeah, we are 54 miles from our next waypoint, where we got a turn, and then it's 110 miles. I'll be glad when Traffic Global incorporate GA into their traffic.
There's currently 1,451 people on VATSIM.
Yeah, it's a bit
That's
of a
where
difference.
they all are.
Yeah, that's where they all are. And it only took a month or two for it to give me bloody alopecia, says Sam. It's just the using of the FS Cloud. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to be as it'll be good enough to use VATSIM. You look like Duncan Goodhue at one point. Wow. What is it with bald men that have to grow beards? I've never understood that. And you would look like Duncan Goodhue, I suppose, because you can't really swim with a beard because of the drag. I don't understand all these 12-year-olds that have got beards now as well. All these youngsters that have got beards. Oh, because you can. Oh, okay. Okay, Roxy's vanished again. So it's right on the borderline of being able to be seen on FS Cloud. Oh, no, see, there he is. It's all we have. The only hair I can grow is a beard, so I'm gonna grow it. Right, so yeah, Chris has made the turn, and there's Roxy and me behind Roxy, so heading towards the turn. So Chris is on the turn.
I was wondering what that smell was.
Yeah. Oh, very arty shot, Chris.
I liked it.
Very arty shot from Chris. Given the choice, says Sam, I'd rather have a full beard than a full head of hair, which is a bloody good job, coincidentally. No, I'd rather have... I don't know. No. I think I'd rather have hair. As long as I've gone without shaving is a fortnight. And I did look like some sort of homeless person. Which if you end up in a 2-week lockdown is going to be the case again. Alright, 37 miles from the turn for me. I do like the modding on this. There won't be a lockdown for that long. How will Boris and company pay for their suits and posh nosh? They can't afford for us to be off. Well, it's going to be interesting where these sort of people, sort of Londonites and people like that only eat out. That if restaurants and stuff end up closing, how are they going to cope? People that can't cook. Dory says, so I moved my X-Plane to 2 terabyte NVMe drive. X-Plane used to take about 10 minutes to get into cockpit, now about 2.5. Yeah, mine's on an M2 drive now and takes less than a minute, and it used to take me 6-7 minutes. It's fantastic. Hey man, I have a huge issue with the TOLIS 321. I was wondering if you could help me. I can't because I haven't got it, but Sam has. Yeah, it's surprising, Dory, what a difference it makes moving stuff to an M2. All my games now are on either SSD or M2 drive. The spinny disk's still in there, but when I shift my setup to the other room, that will then come out. And I should probably end up with another SSD or a couple of 480 gig SSDs. And I've got 2 M2 drive slots, so I think I might take the other M2 drive out because it's a 2 terabyte M2 I bought. I think I might buy another one, so I end up with 2 terabyte M2s and maybe a 1 terabyte SSD. And that should prolong the life of the PC, hopefully, for another 12 months. Alright, 21 miles to go before we get to the turn. So Roxy's about to approach it. But look, yep, Roxy's on the turn now.
Turning, yep.
And Chris is whizzing away ahead. Making our way to Jaipur. So yeah, so if next Sunday anyone's around that wants to join us, it'll be jets from Jaipur to Kathmandu, same time, so 1 p.m. Ready for pushback anyway at 1 p.m. If you want to join us, just get in touch through the Discord server. If you need any help or anything in setting up FS Cloud, we'll happily point you towards a couple of videos that are quite handy to get you set up. If in the meantime though we find something better, we'll share that in Discord as well. Yeah, there's certainly not a lot of other aircraft around me. Let's look at traffic global and the radar. Oh, there is a plane, which is sat down there. Interglobe Aviation, sat somewhere. Another plane there, Saudi Arabian Airlines. which is in flight. At 40,900 feet. So that is a really cool thing about Traffic Global, is you can follow these planes. So I could follow this plane now in this view all the way to where it's going, where it will land, taxi, pull up to the gate, shut down. And that's really cool. So all the planes in Traffic Global follow not necessarily jetways between the airports, but they will land, taxi, pull up to the gate, shut down, and then when it's their time to depart, they'll start up, taxi, take off, and then fly to their next airport. What's that with a weird scenery? I don't know. I think this is because it's the tile that maybe hasn't loaded in for me. There is a tile missing there, but that's to do with Traffic Global. Which is a bit odd.
Yeah, I think the next plane only loads tiles close to where your plane is.
Yeah, because it wasn't loading it. Do I have Tower 3D Pro? No. Right, 4 miles from the turn for me. So then we got a left turn, and then 110 mile leg. There we go.
Oh, we lost Roxy.
Oh. I'm the Will. If you're in the Discord server, post some screenshots of what you're experiencing in case someone else can instantly go, yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, Sam said message them. Oh yeah, Roxy's gone offline. Internet issue there then, I reckon. Hopefully it's not that his X-Plane's or his power's gone out or something. Yeah, because who'd live in a place in 2020 where power goes out on a regular basis? That's just bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't understand anybody doing that myself.
I still don't know how you cope with that.
Well, with the level of load shedding we were on Friday, it would have been off now as well. I was like, please change, and it changed.
Yeah, who'd live in a house like this? Says Larwood. Dory, I've not experienced that. I haven't got True Earth Washington. Have you made sure though that your scenery files, etc., are in the correct order? Because it could be that stuff's loading out of order. So it could be that Orbex is sitting under the normal scenery, which means you're not seeing the scenery, but you're just seeing a blue tile. It's time to go through the keyhole. That was Lloyd Grossman, wasn't it, that did that? Right, so 100 miles to go then to top of descent. And then it's down to 3,800 feet. And we've got to be above 3,700 feet there, and above 3,300 feet, and then at 1,300 feet. So 3,800 feet seems to be where we need to go down to then. We've got 60 miles to do it. But I might start descending a little bit before we get to...
Yeah, I panicked and turned right after that last turn. I started descending, and I'm almost down to 10,000 feet, and I'm only halfway to the next waypoint. So I think I'm just going to stay at 10,000 until we get to the last turn.
Yeah, and Roxy's internet's gone off.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah, no.
Well, he's here with us in spirit.
He is. He's battling on. Our thoughts are with you at this horrible time, Roxy. I hope you and your family survive the lack of internet. I could only survive for short doses.
I think that's a worse problem than the coronavirus, at least.
Yeah, having no internet. Isolate myself from people for 2 weeks, not a problem at all. Have no internet for a day? Nope. Not happening. Okay, is there any magic switches I can push then for my descent? So I've got take off, go around, climb, flex, and whatever the hell MCT is. I guess I'd leave it in cruise on the descent.
Yeah, generally.
Yeah, that's what I said, Sam. It sounds like things are out of order when loading, so it's not putting Orbex on top of the scenery.
Ooh, Roxy's back.
Did you turn it off and turn it on again? Maybe not.
Okay, he's back, but he's quiet.
Perhaps he doesn't realise he's back.
That could be potentially embarrassing, couldn't it?
It could be potentially embarrassing if he starts singing show tunes or something in his living room.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's back on now.
Did you carry on flying or?
Well, it looks like I'm still flying.
Okay.
I haven't got you on the map yet, but I'm sure it'll update soon.
I think worse than when the internet goes off. It's like, no!
That's really random. Everything went off all at the same time. I was like, what's going on here?
You just reboot it and it came back on again. How bizarre. So, 82 miles to go. So this is the leg we're on now. So heading up to here, that's saying top of descent. He just passed theirs, but I think actually when we get to Ukbab, I will start descending down to 3,800 and then into Jaipur, where we're coming in on runway 9 with a 37 knot tailwind, so that's going to be interesting. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully that changes by the time we get there. Don't forget, shameless plug then, if you are watching and you have got Amazon Prime, you may not be aware that with your Amazon Prime you do get a free Twitch Prime subscription. It doesn't cost you a thing, so you can subscribe to any Twitch channel with your Amazon Prime subscription. It doesn't cost you a thing. The person you subscribe to gets the benefit. So worth doing if you happen to have Twitch Prime. Not Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime. Make use of it. In your opinion, is a Fokker F50 easier to learn than the E175? God, yes. I've got the E175 and it's great, it flies, but I've never managed a successful journey from where I wanted to leave to where I wanted to get to. Because you've got to use a combination of both the FMCs. The standard X-Plane 1 will give you a routing, but for the arrival and departure you've got to use the inbuilt one, and they do work apparently in conjunction with each other, but I've never yet managed it. So this has just got FMC, which so far is working. Obviously, it's slower. It's a completely different beast to the E175. My recommendation, though, Dory, is Zebo. Free. And awesome. And yes, hello, Meej. Yeah, this is one of the planes that bought it and didn't. I think it's one of the ones that I think I just bought as a whim, and no one else had it. I think it was on sale, and loved it from the second I got in it. Easy to set up, really, really well detailed. Flies nicely. Yeah, not rapid, but we're cruising along at 200 knots, ground speed of 282. So it's covering some ground. But yeah, don't regret buying it at all. Slow prop flight is Wednesday. Bit of island hopping.
Indeed.
First leg being 28 miles, then a 19.4, very precise, miles. Then 13 miles, and then 50 miles and 52. So what's that? 100, about 200 miles in total. So that's going to be either default 172 or PA28 or something similar. So just slow props. I'd say next Sunday then will be jets again. And then the Sunday after will be the Twin Otter into Lukla. And the Caribbean at the moment is generally small props every Wednesday because we're just doing this sort of island hopping. Which is where are we? Down here, Puerto Rico, San Juan, Guadalupe. So we got to sort of Puerto Rico, wouldn't it? That sort of area last time. US Virgin Islands. So we were around here towards Antigua, down to Guadalupe. Oh, we did get down here. I think we did. So yeah, in a few weeks' time, we're actually heading to sort of Barbados. So all little island hopping for the next few weeks on a Wednesday before we get down to Trinidad and Tobago, which will be in the I think one plane on the way in. I think the Trinidad on the way in and Tobago on the way out. Might have to be a case before we get back down to the mainland here, and then there'll be a few jet flights then on a Wednesday to work our way down towards Rio and down towards the Falkland Islands,
where I will be pulling my E170 and E195 out of the hangar.
Well, by then the Vulcan might be out, so that might have to be a thing.
Well, for the last leg, certainly.
Yeah. Dory landed in Courchevel the other day. That was scary. Pants change was necessary after that one. Yeah, and grand arse was pleasant, says Sam. It was. Well, you keep taking me to places I can't pronounce, like Alaska. Chris does it on purpose. He looks at the flight plan and goes, right then, where's awkward?
Yep. Scan through little nav map to find something that no one can pronounce.
See? Like 52 miles. Grand Arse. Is that a place? Oh yeah, we were there last Wednesday. Noodly Arse. No, I think that there will be a t-shirt with Noodly Boo on. That's gonna have to happen, or a sweatshirt or something, or a hoodie for the Flight Sim show. Noodly Boo with a Canada flag. Canada flag on one sleeve, Alaska flag on the other. And just maybe a little Simpson stuff roundel on the front with just Noodly Boo on the back. So if someone's walking on behind you, they'll be going, what the hell's Noodly Boo? I think that could be quite amusing. I still wear my Alaska hoodie that I bought for the flight sim show last year. Right, 48 miles before we start descending.
Okay, Roxy's back on my screen.
Woo!
Yay! I'm surprised X-Plane kept going considering I didn't have any internet.
Which is one of those things that's going to be interesting then with the FS 2020 thing. What happens if you're in the middle of a flight and your internet goes down? Will your scenery just revert back to standard? Or what if you haven't downloaded the scenery for that area? It's going to be interesting. Yeah, so I'm a little bit behind these guys. I think a plain black shirt with just Noodly Boo would be cool. Also, just nothing else, just Noodly Boo.
Perhaps a map of the outline of Alaska and faint in the background.
It certainly caused some interest, I think, at the flight sim show. When people see you, be like, "What the hell? Why's he got?" Yeah, Noodly Boo ? Oh, I see. So Noodly Boo. Okay. Oh, as if you're asking someone, do you Noodly Boo? Does one Noodly Boo?
Ooh.
I can't even remember where the actual place was that I just pronounced it as Noodly Boo. Wasn't it off?
I think it was Northwest Africa, but I could be wrong.
That was just one of those moments that's just going to... Well, it sticks, doesn't it? It's like, Sam always landing in Cabbage Patch Fields. It's just, being prop boy. It's just one of those things. You do something once, and it sticks with you. Noirdy Boo. Okay. Now, Noodly Boo's better. They should change the name. You're thinking X-Vision might be my next purchase. I've got it. I think it's installed. And I think it's running. But I don't know what preset I'm on, if it is. But obviously I'm running X-Vision, SFD Global, and obviously Active Sky. "35 miles. We start going down." You two have you two got so far ahead of me?
Descent.
Ah, okay. So there's a lot of gap.
It's okay, I'll get kettle on.
Kettle on. More tea, Vicar. Oops, did a pineapple. It's actually Nouadhibou, Mauritania. Well, yeah, I thought that. Noodly Boo is better.
I can't think of a single situation where Noodly Boo wouldn't be better.
Have you seen my Noodly Boo? See, it works. I went out last night and watched that new film, Noodly Boo. I'll just go in the kitchen and put the Noodly Boo on. See, yeah.
You're going to need to adjust that Noodly Boo 2 clicks to the left.
There you go. It can be used in every scenario. That pineapple's a right Noodly Boo.
Never a truer word was said.
There you go. Enough reason for anybody new to want to join this madness. People are watching now probably going, what on earth are they talking about? It's a shame. I don't think that stream's available anymore because it's so old. It's not even on Twitch. I don't know if I put it on YouTube or not, because that would be another good clip. You must try noodly boo on toast. It's a delicacy. You want to come back to mine for a bit of noodly boo, says Larwood. I can see my noodly boo from here. Exactly. See, it works. I should put it at the top of the streams, shouldn't I? Just put noodly boo and just wonder on the streams and YouTube videos how long it takes people to go. I've got to ask, why have you got the word noodly boo at the top of your streams and videos? Bit of an inside joke, but yeah, that will be on a garment ready for the Flight Sim show. I will set up something on Teespring. Is that noodly boo in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me? But yeah, I think as Sam said, all it needs is just that black t-shirt or black hoodie, white text, noodly boo ? That's it. Nothing else on the whole thing. And just have it on the back, across between the shoulder blades.
The correct answer to that question, of course, is no thanks, just put one out.
Thanks, I've just had it stuffed. So yeah, I think that's going to have to be a thing. Or maybe various versions of noodly boo. Or, do you noodly boo? ? 2 pints of lager and a packet of noodly boo. Or hashtag noodly boo ?
To who do you noodly boo?
Yeah. Luke, I am your noodly boo. Oh God. Famous film quotes. Changing a word for noodly boo. These are not the noodly boos you're looking for. I may start hashtag noodly boo in all my Instagram posts. Oh, that's cool. What we've got here is a failure to noodly boo. Yeah. May the noodly boo be with you. Very good. You can't handle the noodly boo. Pop noodly boo. Now that's quite good. Student version. Who are you going to call? Noodly boosters.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a noodly boo.
Noodly boo it again, Sam. Right, 10 miles to go to descent. Oh, that's quite cool. That has got to be a thing.
I love the smell of noodly boo in the morning.
That's my t-shirt, says Sam. Corona noodly boo virus. Wow. Yeah, I think just noodly boo ? If someone sees one person at the Flight Sim show with a noodly boo ? hoodie on, they'll just go, "What the hell's that?" But then if they see a couple of people, they'll be like, "Okay, there's a thing obviously going on here that I don't know about." And it's just like, who's going to be someone? Excuse me, what? Why? just what? Why? What we need to do is get some cards printed up, business cards printed up. Save that as a Twitch clip where I pronounced it wrong, if someone can find it, and link that URL on a card. Just hand them a black card with the URL. So they say, "What's the noodly boo about?" Just give them a card. There you go. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Noodly Boo. Oh yeah, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Noodly Boos. Noodly Boo, pig, Noodly Boo. Right, 2 miles. So we'll turn and then descend. Raiders of the Nos Noodly Boo. Okay, right. Let's get our descent on. Harry Potter and the Deathly Noodle Boo. Spider-Man 4, the quest for Noodly Boo. Right, down we go. So I'll watch my speed now. So I'll back it off slightly because I've now gone over speed. Oh, come on. Just getting that balance right now so I just don't go over speed like that. Backing the throttles all the way off. Right, we should be good now. Right, just under 17,000 feet. Your low-cost subsidiary of Sims and Stuff Airlines could be Fly Noodly Boo. Sims and Stuff, where Noodly Boos are born. Could be an opening. I could change my opening to that thingy, couldn't I? Grab that guidebook to whatever, and let's Noodly Boo.
Or if you really wanted to be a little more risque, you could say, grab that Noodly Boo.
Grab that Noodly Boo, and let's go. Right, 15,100 feet. We've got 50 miles to get down to 3,800.
I'm in solid cloud at 3,800. It's
Oh.
really annoying.
We've all sort of grouped up a little bit more now. Ish. All heading to Jaipur. So there we go. If you want to join some of this madness and talk more Noodly Boos, there is the link there to the Discord server. Certainly looking for more people to be a bit more interactive on Discord. Nearly 600 people in the Discord server, of which 20 are probably posting on a regular basis. The first rule about Noodly Boo is you don't talk about Noodly Boo. We need a Noodly Boo room in Discord. Just the only word allowed is Noodly Boo. Yeah, I will look at t-shirt options. All right, 12,000 feet. Going down.
That was a very heavy sigh, Roxy.
Yes.
And I'm into cloud. How many feet did you say I was carrying? 12,000. That's a lot of feet. Right, coming up on 10,000 feet. So put landing lights on. Oh, that switch sounds so nice. And we'll put seatbelt sign on. There's ground down there somewhere. Not that we can see much of it. "36 miles to get to 3,800. Plenty of time. Or 8,400. So I could probably slow our descent down. Slow it down to 1,000 feet a minute. So I backed off the throttle so I can bring them back up a bit now. Definitely a bit cloudy.
Indeed. Still cloudy at 3,300.
Oh. So what you're saying is the approach and landing could be interesting then.
Yeah, I don't know if this autopilot is going to follow this approach either. I mean, I know it'll follow the direction, but I don't know if it'll do the glide slope.
Yeah, I've just got it's going to line me up with the runway. That's about it, which is fine. Right, 6,700 feet.
Roxy's just zipped past my nose.
Yeah, definitely a bit cloudy. So I should be set to land. I did set the radio to pick up local weather, but I haven't got that yet. I'm perhaps still too far out.
I'm actually trying to be professional here, and I'm flying manual using the charts.
What? Don't start
I
doing
know.
things like that. Being flipping professional. Yeah, with your charts. Pineapple sets the standard of our landings.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Right, what speed should I be doing?
I see Chris's name over there. I'm still 24 miles from the turn. I've still got 24 miles there, then 60 miles, then 46 miles. I've still got like 120 miles to go. At 3,800 feet. I don't know, do you remember mine? Yeah, I think that's some interesting landings, Dory. Oh, they're like checklists with maps, says Sam. How far? Miles-wise, about 100 miles. We're approaching 3,000 or 4,000 feet now. So I don't know if we're going to see much of the airport when we do come down to it.
My GPS is saying LNAV plus V, so hopefully it's going to capture the glide slope. because quite frankly, I can't see a thing at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one for me, I think. I'm at 4,000 feet and can't see a thing.
I'll know in 39 seconds if it's going to work.
Oh, there is some ground down there. But yeah, so we've got 17 miles there, then 60 miles, then 46, then 2, then 6, about 130 miles to go. Is the weather live? Because I'm in Jaipur and it's not foggy. The weather should be live. I haven't quite got to Jaipur yet.
Okay, if you have the approach for 09 selected, the GPS will follow it.
Well, there isn't an ILS, is there?
No, not at all. It was RNAV or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But my plane is descending on the glide slope all by itself. Obviously push the approach button, but there you go.
Oh, I've got about 100 miles before I get anywhere near lining up with that yet. Yeah, nobody will ever beat Alpina's landing at Innsbruck last night. It was an event to behold. Oh, he's had some interesting landings. But yeah, I wish I'd been able to tune in on that, but I was too busy concentrating on my own approach down that valley. But yeah, weather should be live. The airport has ILS. It does, but not on the runway we're coming in on. We're coming in on 09, not 27, I think it was.
I'm coming around for 27.
Yeah, 27's got ILS. 09 hasn't. So yeah, so we've got 11 miles and then 60 miles, so there's 108 miles to go before I then turn back onto runway heading by looks of things. So I'm going out and then coming back.
I can just about see the ground 1,000 feet above it. Which is about 2,200 feet, maybe 2,300.
Blimey. Cool guy says all landings happen on 27 and takeoffs from 9. Well, so I set up the flight via SimBrief and it said runway 9.
I set up mine by Navigraph and it said runway 9. I have the field in sight.
No, out of all of us currently flying, it's just me that streams. Chris puts out some flight videos.
Somebody built a skyscraper right in front of the runway.
How inconvenient.
I think I might take his satellite dish off.
So yeah, there is ground down there. So this is where I am in relation. So I'm coming in here, and there's the runway. So I think we're going out, turning around, coming back, and then coming in again on our approach. So we can do a bit of a loop around. So I'm just about coming over the outskirts of the city now. So Roxy's still out there. But yeah, it's certainly going to be an interesting approach. I hope that was in the NOTAMs. They're going to be upset if they can't watch the Crystal Maze, Chris. If you take your satellite dish out. So yeah, I've still got 108 miles to go. And I've slowed down quite considerably. Wonder why the distance wasn't coming down that much. Two miles, then a turn, then 60 miles, then a turn, then 46 miles. There we go. So I backed the throttles off as I was descending. I haven't pushed them forward again. So it's speeding up again now.
Oops.
Yeah, I was down to like 140 knots. Right, so the oh god, that's not the one we want. So the airport is over there somewhere. Oh, overspeed. Come on, slow down. I've backed the throttles off. There we go. Right, so 60 miles and then we turn. So runway is now over there. I'm definitely thinking EGLC to EHAM in a KLM City Hopper F50 is going to be in my future. Very impressed with the aircraft inside and out. Not overly impressed with the pilot in command though. Or person in command. Well, you know.
You can't have everything.
You can't have everything. But yeah, the plane is really, really nice. I can even light up my
down.
Oh blimey! I can even light up my little Fokker. You're down. I've still got 100 miles to go.
Well, I'll tell you what, considering this is like the stock standard free plane that you get with X-Plane, it's actually quite a nice plane to fly.
It's not bad, huh?
Yeah.
Right, so here's the route.
You can get you can get a little update for it as well, which fixes a couple of little niggles.
Okay.
So here's the route I've taken. So I've flown in over Jaipur, turned around, and now heading back the way I came. To then, I'm guessing, do a right turn to then come round and line me up again.
You're just milking this flight, aren't you?
I'm just following the route it set me. Got 53 miles to go before I turn. If that goes up now, I'm going to be slightly concerned. 52 miles. So I've still got 108 miles to go. So I've still got another half an hour of flying. At least.
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right. I think I'm going to go into heading mode. If I could see a heading bug anywhere. Okay, that's going to be interesting then. Keep going. I'm nearly at 33,000 beer tokens, says Sam. Okay, is that actually... Oh, there it is. Okay. I can't move the yoke out of the way, so I've got to... Okay, let's go to heading mode then. Right, what's runway heading? So 09 we're coming in on it. So 83 is what I want to end up on. It would have probably done the right flight plan, but it was literally taking me 50 miles, then turning me 46 miles. I think it's taking 50 miles south, then going 46 miles north, and then to come and line up with the runway. It was just like really bizarre.
That is very weird. Because my approach basically took me from the last waypoint straight to the airport, and at the last minute just did a little curve around to line me up.
Okay. Is it one of the ACO buttons on the bottom left to hide your yoke? What's that button do?
Well, FS Cloud gave me a great total rating, but if you look at the graph, it looks like I slammed the plane into the ground, went straight back up to 1,000 feet, and then landed.
So a pineapple landing then?
Indeed.
Alright, should be fine now. I'm heading back towards the airport. But trying to land in this where I can't see the runway is going to be interesting. Bottom left of my... Oh, one of these buttons. Sorry, yes. Sorry, Sam. Now let's just see autopilot, field of view, static elements, ground power, change livery, window reflection, instrument reflections. No. Yeah, normally on like GA aircraft, you've got a button that just hides the yoke, but you click on it and it disappears, where it comes out of the like that. There we go. That's better. Right, let's slow it down a lot. Right, let's descend. What height's the runway at?
1,300. In fact, a bit higher than 1,300. If you come in at 2,300, 2,200, at least you'll be able to see the ground.
Okay. Right, waiting to get yourself level with the end of the runway now.
$2,500.
Right, I'm descending quite slowly. Right, so let's turn onto runway heading. We're up, can't see a thing. Gear down. Bring the speed back. Yeah, out there somewhere is an airport. And at 2,300 feet.
Can you see any ground?
Yeah, can't see a runway though.
That's okay. Keep heading this way. You'll get it eventually. It is lit, so when you get in range, you'll at least see that. Hopefully with enough time to correct your direction when you see it.
Head for my third E.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Actually, can't see a thing. Got about 500 feet. I still can't see a runway.
You look like you're coming in about the right height and the right direction, so keep at it.
Ah, I see a runway. Jesus Christ, those tower blocks are flipping close.
They are, eh? It's okay, I cleared a bit of a path from the middle one.
Unstable.
300.
That's mad.
I'm guessing they don't have too many windows in the side closest to the airport. They used to have, but now they're on the other side.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps. Too low,
100.
flaps. Too low,
50,
flaps.
40,
Too low,
30,
flaps.
20.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps.
10.
Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps. Too low, flaps. Too
Acceptable.
Low, flaps.
Wow, that stopped.
Wasn't that a Mel and Kim song?
Acceptable. Respectable, that wasn't it?
Yeah, let's not get facts confused with the so.
Yeah, that's probably why they predominantly use 27, says Sam. Yeah, I can see that now.
Interestingly, there's nothing on the chart about those office buildings.
But an acceptable landing, that's good enough for me.
Indeed. No fatalities, just abrasions and contusions.
Yeah, it's fine. Any aircraft you can get stretchered off of. Right, so taxi lights on, landing lights off. I once saw an Australian chartered 757 here once, which is a lease from Air Iceland. Oh, blimey. Well travelled then.
Cool.
Oh, there's a Roxy. In what looks like a 172. Where's Chris gone?
Just to the left of the Roxy.
He's here.
Where you're just about to put your plane.
Oh,
Oh, well, there's something to be said for togetherness, eh?
I saw Jaipur, was interested. That's just where we've landed. Yeah, I can't see you at all, Chris.
Currently sitting, my right engine is under your tail.
Oops.
Have a look at the screenshot I just posted. It's interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit close.
Just a tad.
Right. But we made it. That's the important thing.
Indeed. And I believe the technical term for that precision parking is a noodly boo.
That is definitely a noodly boo. Okay, so I can go off. Batteries can go off. Handy the cockpit lights stay on, so no one's really worried about draining the batteries. There we go. Chocks are on. Stairs are on. So yeah, Chris is parked between me and Roxy, but FS Cloud being FS Cloud, can't actually see him. Oh dear, don't catch a tail in a prop. You'll only do it once. Indeed, don't catch a noodly boo in a prop. But yeah, you're there in... so yeah, your name's... Oh God. So yeah, your name's actually there. The other side of Roxy, according to the map, but hey-ho.
Yep, there we go.
But we arrived.
Cool, my screen is now updated properly and we're all in a line.
Ah, awesome. So yes, next Sunday then we will carry on from here and make our way to Kathmandu. So that's going to be jets. So 737-200 for me is going to be the plane of choice for that one. Be more flying though this Wednesday, where we're carrying on in the Caribbean and small little single engine props. A bit of island hopping on Wednesday night. That will be the next stream for me as well, 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Don't forget, if you want to join us or you want to know when the flights are, if you're in the Discord server, Chris does put them there in the flight plans section at the top, so you know where to be if you want to join us for those flights and what sort of planes they are and what times. But if you want to watch, that's when the times are as well. I do generally put or try and put stream information in the streams room, so you know when I'm streaming and what it is. But the next stream will be Wednesday night at 7 p.m. for some more flying. So my thanks to Roxy for joining us. Thank you, Roxy. We may catch you Wednesday if you're around then.
Thank you, Steve.
And to Chris, thank you, Chris, for organising the flights as always, and we'll definitely catch you Wednesday.
Thank you very much. Really nice stream, good planes, good people.
Indeed. And yes, to you lot watching, thank you very, very much, especially to Flossie, to Cool Guy, to the Darts Group, and to Milkbur for following, and for the Darts Group for subscribing. Thank you very much, everybody. And yes, back on Wednesday for some more flying. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay virus free, and we'll catch you on Wednesday night. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.